Hello and welcome back to Lady and the Frogs. So it is a Friday morning, I think it's the 27th of October. So yeah, there's always big gaps in my videos just because the amount of days that I'm working at the moment. It is what it is. It's that fixed income, they need people, so I'm just doing it anyway. So I do have a haul video today. I've been trying to get my jobs done this morning. So I've had a flu jab this morning, got my prescription. Yesterday I did a whole load of other jobs, so now I've got, things that needed to be done. The one thing I haven't been able to do, I've also done my post this morning, it was only 2 things. The one thing I haven't been able to do is pick up the return, which, annoyingly, I've sold this fucking coat twice now. And each time the person says that it's too big. So I think I'm going to have to relist it as a size like 16. It says 10 on the label, but it has got a 40 chest, which would suggest that it's a lot bigger. But it's vintage, so it's really weird because it's supposed to run smaller. So I'm like completely confused. It's Next, and it's a very vintage label. It's probably 80s. I am just totally confused by it. Maybe I've just misread it and what looks like a 10 is actually a 6. Maybe that's it. I'm going to have another look. Anyway, the damn thing is being held hostage. Apparently Royal Mail, who seems to be employing Frank Spencer at the moment. Apparently they've attempted to deliver 3 times. Each time I have, it's either I've been here, you've definitely been here at the time when it said that they attempted to deliver it 4 a.m. and 1 a.m. God knows why it says that. They haven't attempted to deliver because when they put 1 a.m. or 4 a.m, they just mean can't be asked to deliver, we'll just pretend that we have. Otherwise it wouldn't be processed as that because that's somebody on a night shift. Putting it on the system. So I haven't got a card, and apparently the pandemic is still in full swing here because they have slimmer opening hours at my collection office than they ever did during the pandemic. So now the only collection times that you can collect is 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And evidently this morning I missed that because I seriously thought that it was midday, so I have no idea why they've changed that. Anyway, I have got a few things which I'm going to photograph in light of the fact that it does actually seem to be decent lighting conditions in here. I wanted to get the rest of this stuff here listed, but I need to do these. I need to photograph these because this is literally my only day off. I also have family issues, so that's all I'm going to say about it. So that's like a problem. So I've kept the labels on these because I never know how much I have spent on things, and it would be nice for you to know rather than me to say finger in the air. So this is select items that I have decided to get over the last 3 weeks. So this is 3 weeks worth of sourcing. First item, wool dress. Honestly, Hobbs. I don't really sell Hobbs very well. See, that says 16. You see the font on that does look like it could be mistaken for a 10. So maybe I have like completely buggered up with that coat. I'm gonna, if it is a size 16, the price is going up for a cashmere coat because I've only sold it for 40. What annoys me, the fact that I've sold that coat now twice, is I've paid for medium parcels now twice, package-wise. So that's frustrating. So I am hoping to get 25 from that. I really don't expect to get much more than that. This, I think, was probably a mistake. this is a wrap dress. Let's move this bit out. Right, so now I'm gonna have to yeah. The sink is now going to be out because I've just moved this. Oh, I'm going to have to stop it. Right, I had to stop it then because I knew that the lip sync would be out on that video. I'm just hoping that I can now edit this, because the moment unless I do an entire video in one fell swoop, I have to edit it, and the editing software that I've got is now very convoluted and very difficult to use. And I've downloaded so many different versions of free editing software, and none of them have any of the capability of my old editing software. It's very frustrating. I can't put my own music on. It's so frustrating. I can't even record my own voiceover and place that over the new software. Anyway, this is, yeah, so like a wrap dress. It is new with tags. Obviously, I paid a £5. It says originally it was 60 quid. Monsoon. I've sort of looked this up and it isn't selling for that much, so I'm like regretting it. It says medium. Yeah. Again, I'm hoping that maybe I can get 25. I mean, it's like long sleeve, but it's so confusing sometimes with a lot of these things as to what actually sells and what doesn't. So this isn't going to be a quick job because I've got to bloody get the D-bobbler out. This is gorgeous. I'd like to keep this myself, but I know that I mustn't because I had this really nice wool thing the other day, which I accidentally got, like, it was next to the washing machine because I thought, well, I must wash that on a, you know, delicate wash. And then the rest of the washing turned up and then everything was like picked up off the floor and put in the washing machine. And this thing came out, it would fit one of the guys now. This nice cardigan, you know, this been doing, it was a vintage cardigan as well. It's like survived all these years and then it comes into my hands. So this autograph Marks and Spencer's, £4, 100% cashmere. What I like about this and why I would be tempted to keep this is it's got a hood. It's just, oh, I just know that if it's part of my life, I will shrink it. So this is absolutely gorgeous. I'd really like, and it's like a nice duck egg blue. If I keep that, things will happen to destroy this jumper, so I need to sell it. I'm hoping that I can get 30 for this. I'm very, very dubious about my cashmere look and my wool look. So I have got this. So this is one where I'm like suspect that my wool look may not look out. It does say small, so it would suggest that it hasn't shrunk, but I feel like it has. But I've done the crunch test, and I know that the crunch test does work because there was a really nice And Other Stories thing that was in the shop yesterday, and there was a customer who was asking about it, and she was like, has this shrunk or not? And you could tell that it was rigid, and I like said to her, I says, well, the way that you can tell is if you crunch it, you can, if you rub it next to your ear and you hear a crunching noise, it has shrunk. And it was doing that. So unfortunately that went in the rag. That was mohair. Mohair seems to shrink quite quite extensively. So I've picked this up, although I don't do very well with the brand. But I think this is like the new label cars, isn't it? So that should like help. So this is, it's not anything special. It is just, does it say virgin wool? Just says 100% wool. So yeah, hopefully that will be okay. I just find sometimes with eBay, especially lately, you know, you're like so thankful for a sale and then you end up selling it to a fuss pot. There's more fuss pots out there now than there ever were before. This is All Saints, so this will be fine. I've just busted round with a hoover, but everything is covered in bits. So I think I've had this one before because I seem to remember this zip. So I know that this is a good seller, but I definitely remember this zip. But every time I get, I think I recognise a All Saints thing and I read the name, it's always something completely different. It just says Solo Zip Sweat. I swear I've had it before. Maybe it was a double zip. I need to just check whether that's menswear or women's wear. Obviously, I think it's menswear. Menswear will sell better. Yeah, I've paid £5. This is insane. The amount of times I think that I pay £3, and clearly I don't. So I've got 2 dresses here, which these are Gothic style dresses. Obviously people will like say, oh, you should get these on for Halloween, but you know, Halloween is every day for somebody that's goth. Would wish these fitted me, but of course they won't because naturally they're small. So these are both by Killstar. So that is the first one. This one is actually new with tags, which always helps. So I looked that one up and it has just reduced in price. It's called the Man Eater dress. What have I paid? £5. I'll probably only be able to get 25 for this because there are still some on the website, and naturally it's the smaller sizes that are on the website which are still there. Yeah, it is what it is. It's a dress. And then this one, which is sort of like a slashed, oh goodness, oh, I thought it was, so it's halter neck. Oh. I want to squeeze into it, but I know that I can't. Extra small. Yeah, so even though it's probably quite forgiving, I can't fit into that. I'd love to fit into that, but I can't. So yeah, so like a large sort of like slashed, what do you call it? Like fishnet. Well, it's not fishnet, is it? I need to like think of what it actually is before I list that. But yeah, nice asymmetrical hem. Just the sort of thing that I would really like. But obviously it's not going to fit me. Let me show you the brand label again. So Killstar, it's an American brand really. They are hugely popular. Paid £4 for this one. And that is label, if you ever see that one. Some of this stuff is like crazy money. And we had a Killstar hat that was new with tags as well. You know, so it was like a nice hat, and it was called the witch's hat. But clearly, I think it was probably the same person who donated them, because there's a few like cat hairs on that. But that one was absolutely ditched. So I didn't buy that. That one went out. That one, or some customer will have bought that. They just would have had to have put a lot of time in debobbling that. I remember because I put it on the Halloween display. It sold straight away. This, another brand that I don't do at all well with, so I don't know why I've picked it up. Wall. And look, I've paid £5. What the hell? So I need my head testing something chronic. So a nice like dip dye dress, and I think it's got some decent fabric content in it. I'm pretty certain that's why I chose to risk it. So 30% cashmere, 70% merino wool, and then this bottom bit is 100% silk. So, oh my goodness, if I can't sell this, I will never pick up Wool London again. I've got 2 other Wool London things. They have not sold. I say that, but I desperately need to do a stock take. I need to refresh everything because most of my stuff is got a June and July list date, which means they're totally stale listings, and I need to do that. It was on my list of things to do this month, but I've completely failed this month with any of my missions in life. What have we got here? this, why on earth have I picked this up? There better be a good reason for this. Right, so this jumper is Uniqlo, or Uniglow as some people call it, even though it's got a blatant Q there in there. Yes, I know that the Q doesn't have a U next to it, but it's definitely a Q. This is extra small. I have no idea why I have bought this. So this better have some good content. £4. If this is anything less than merino wool, I'm going to scream. 100% cashmere. Oh, there you go then. Apparently, this is 100% cashmere. I don't expect to get a lot for this. It doesn't feel very cashmere-like. It's not at all like this one. This one feels really soft and really like cashmere. This one doesn't. I know this one's, neither is shrunk. I just don't do well with cashmere. I know that everybody else does like fantastically well. Doesn't happen for me. What else we got here? I have got another jumper here. Now I know that this one is a good one. I have looked this up and I have found this on their website. So this is super dry. It's actually got a label on the back there, super dry. I can't even remember what it is because I have looked up super dry X, whatever it is, £5. God, some whacking great prices I have paid here. This is a really nice chunky knit, and I think that it's 100% merino wool. Yes, merino wool. I seem to be reading every other language except mine. So, yeah. I think I can possibly get stretched to 40 for this. I think it's something like, it's either 40 or 60 on their website, brand new, and obviously it's sold out now. And this is one of their like better ranges, because people don't necessarily know that that's super dry. And I think it like says like it's the camo knit or something, unisex. I don't like, when I list something as unisex on eBay, even if you list it as unisex on eBay, you have to pick either menswear or women's wear. So if it's unisex, I usually go for menswear. But if you click on the item specific that says unisex, you seem to like do yourself an injustice and you rarely get any traffic on it. It's just one of those things that just seems to be a bit peculiar. I have now got another stupid buy that I've paid £5 for. This is Hush. It is new with tags. Otherwise this wouldn't be happening. Right, so it's new with tags. The price has been ripped off. It is the Dahlia glitter v-neck dress. So I'm able to click Dahlia on the character. It is very glittery and it is long sleeve. It is coming up to Christmas. I mean, it looks more like an oversized top really, but obviously it is like a draped dress. What size are we on here? So it's large. I'm hoping that I can sell that. Last lot of Hush has not sold very well. Oh, and now the sunlight is going just because it knows that because it can hear me talking and saying I'm going to do some photographs. It's now messing me around. I have got a belt here. I'm hoping I can photograph this well, although I'm not quite sure of myself. I'm going to take this off. It's brand new with tags. I still haven't found any of these disc belts that people people rave about. So this is Ted Baker. Obviously it's just a basic brown belt. It's got, it says £16.99 on there. You can't actually see. That's the TK Maxx label. So I know that I've paid £3 for this. It has got the Ted Baker thing on it. It says it was £30 originally. That I find very optimistic. It says the recommended retail was £35 according to the Take That and TK Maxx label, which has been blocked out. Yeah, but it does say 30 on there. Bit weird, isn't it? Yeah, so I don't expect to get any more than £10 for that, because it's just a belt. I mean, people need belts, but do they really need small belts? Because I think when it says 30, I think it means 30 as in 30 waist, not £30. Right. Oh, don't put it near the microphone, Lee. So, just a few more bits here. This feels like silk, but unbelievably, it is actually cotton. This is such a strange one. I need to button this back up. I know that it's been in the changing room and at large, because that's how I find a lot of my stuff. So this is paisley shirt. It is so silky. So this is Fix. I love picking this brand up. Very rarely find it. They've only got a website. They do like punk and rock, and you know, sort of the stuff that the sort of Rolling Stones do. So this is only in a size small. I would expect to get around £30 for this. It's probably about 60 on their website. It's so weird because this is so much like silk. I mean, obviously you can't feel that, but it does say 100% cotton on the label. It's so weird. I've had coats and jackets before and like other shirts, and they've always sold really well. So dead pleased to find that. I paid £3 for that one. The tag was... I don't know what it is about people at Cancer Research, because now that I work there, even though £5 is the upper limit for clothing, people will still rip off that label because they like to take advantage of us guys who are at the till, knowing that we'll probably say £3. Generally, I'll say 4 or 5 if they've ripped the label off, because it's starting to become annoying. Because it's already a bargain. I know that we're decent priced compared to Altrincham and compared to any of the other places in Manchester. I know that we're decent priced, but people try and imply that we're expensive. But I know that we're not even compared to the 2 neighbours that we have, because I do go in my 2 neighbouring charity shops. But since we're OG, we seem to get all the decent stuff. So this is Palm Angels. I did not know anything about Palm Angels. It's only because obviously I've been working at Cancer Research, I've got to know some of the other resellers. So I talked to a few of them, and they have passed on some of their information, and they probably shouldn't have done because they source in the same place as me. I should tell him. I said to him, sorry, there was a Palm Angel t-shirt and I've got it for myself. I'm so sorry. He got the last 2, and he sold his for 100 because he got the last 2 t-shirts over the summer months. So people are more likely to look for these. So that's what you're looking for. There's many a brand who tries to impersonate this. I think even Boohoo have a faux version of this, and there's another brand called Hera who do a faux version of this. But this is the original, which is Palm Angels. They will always have that on the back as well, and the care label is quite distinctive as well. You can tell when you've got something genuine because it's got all of this going on. So it's got that with the the certified thing, and it's got that as well, and it's a nice sturdy crunchy label. So if it was the summer months, I could get 80 to 100 for this, as my colleague did. It's looking more like 40 at the minute, unfortunately, and it is a large size, so that's quite cool. And then this was knocking around yesterday. This was in the pile of stuff for returns. So there's 2 things in the pile for returns. And I was like, what the hell? It's like been delivered to me. So this was the first thing with there. I think this is genuine. I have looked at it and I've checked it. It is just a small size, so I doubt I'm going to get any more than like 30 to 40. A decent size goes up to about 80. So this is bathing ape. Jeans. Burgundy. I hate photographing burgundy because, yeah, this is what the colour looks like. I put it on my carpet here, which is teal, which I think should bring it out, but it doesn't matter the fact that I've got a modern, well, I mean, my modern phone doesn't even like to be compatible with my microphone, because obviously it doesn't have the audio jack anymore, because, you know, we've got to keep going backwards in life. So I'm going to struggle to photograph this with the correct colour, but I will try. Usually what I do is I put a sheet of A4 paper next to it, because it kind of balances out the colour. Or I'll try, well, I'm like doing it, sometimes I put my arm there on the photo, and because I'm so white, it brings the colour balance back to what it's supposed to be. But I'm fairly sure that these are genuine, because they've got so much going on them, and they've got, you can see that it says ape on the zipper, on the actual zipper. So I'm fairly confident in this. The only thing that's making me think, what the hell, is the state of the care label. But I think I'm going to struggle to find somebody who's 28 waist. But fairly happy with this. I've never actually found this brand before. That's the other tag. Details, embroidery. There's too much detail on there. But then we have some good fakers around here though as well, so it's sometimes a worry as to whether you've got the right thing. And obviously I spent £3 on them, and then the other thing I spent £3 on is this, which is something I can never pronounce. I've had it before and I didn't do very well with it. I had like a sort of like wind cheater like top, like it was still a t-shirt, but it was like a wind cheater, and it was like fishnet, and it was new with tags as well, but it hung around for ages and I didn't get any interest. So Napa Pajara, don't know, that's a terrible pronunciation and it's wrong, but that's it. If you still have a House of Fraser, you know, if you've got John Lewis, they'll have it in there. Wild Money, I think they do like snow coats and the rest of it and the rest. But so I won't do that well on a t-shirt, but you know, for £3, that's fine by me. Large, it's fine. Check the care label as well, and that's genuine. So I'm happy with that. I'm also very, very, very happy with this. I've had recently, I had another thing by this brand. So it's I've got some Alexander McQueen that I've kept for myself. Alexander McQueen. I had a t-shirt which is fake. So I might go and drag that out now and show you the difference in label, because I'm pretty sure that the other one's fake. I've just sold one and I put it on for £45 and no, I put it on for 50 and it sold straight away for 50. I wish I'd tried to like go for like 60 or 80, because it's quite an unusual design which I couldn't find anywhere, but it was genuine and I should have just gone higher. Some people are selling these for 80. I think I might try for 80 because I like it too much. If it doesn't sell, it can be mine. So these birds are velvet and it's gorgeous and it's a really nice size. Yeah. Flying birds, and it's all the way on the back as well. So obviously I think I've paid £5. And the care label looks like this. So I know that this one is genuine. So it's got the large on there. this is genuine. I mean, the thing is, the one that I've got, which I've sort of been fooled by, looked very similar. But this, yeah, I know that this one's okay. But it is easy to fake. It is easy to fake, but I know that this one, I know that, but you see, the thing is, it's the fact that it's like stitched on either end, you just think, oh, it is fake, but it is okay. That's the same as the other one that I had. Some of them just do look a bit odd. I'm going to try for 80 because I like it too much. Let me just pause and I'll just go and drag the other thing out. Right, so back again. Right, so this is the other one that I've got. So this, you can find this design online, but this one is fake. I know that it looks very, very similar to the other one, but it's poorly stitched and the quality of the cotton isn't the same. And the print on this just isn't right. It looks so similar, but I have concluded, in light of a number of things, it's just the quality of it in general. The print on this just isn't right. It's not what McQueen would do. It's just not right. So I've concluded that that is fake. I've only paid £3 for this, but I'm going to get rid of that. Or like wear it or something. It's got holes in it as well, and the seams have unstitched because it's cheap. It's just not not quite there. It's so similar, but it's not. You can tell. I'm sure you can. So this is the fake one, and that is, I know that this has been washed and washed and washed, but it's just not printed the same. Anyway, I think if you could actually have it in person, you would know that this one, it's just not right. But I have been fooled by that. So there we go. These things happen, don't they? And then the last thing. Oh, look, I've paid £5 again. You see, this is more than I used to pay for things. However, this is the floral range for Adidas. These I will pick up. I can't remember what it's bleeding well called. It's so rare that I get these, but they sell quite well. I should better get 30 for this. It's a hoodie, very small, but it's nice. And if it doesn't sell, it ends up in my wardrobe. Although I need to attack my wardrobe and see what's going on. So it is women's wear, but yeah, love it, love it. So that's all the clothing I've got, and then the last thing I've got are these, which I picked out a whole load of these. So these are all cross stitch kits, and I've picked out a load of them thinking that those would be the ones which sold well. So I initially picked up the ones which had anchor threads and DCM threads because I thought that those would be the good ones, and then I just thought, oh, do you know what? Before I pay for them, I'll check because something just doesn't seem right. So I'm not doing these kits. I will sell them because some of these kits can sell for up to like £80 if you get like a really decent one and a really desirable one. These will not sell for any more than 20 each. 10 to 20 I'm going to get for these. Depending on how patient I feel. I mean, that is the original price for this one, and obviously I've paid £1. So this one, I've done the comps on it, it's only around the 15 region. I think people just don't know what to search at. Obviously I'll put like cherubs on it, but I thought that the Anchor and the DCM would be the ones that sold better. It turns, and I was like quite reluctant to pick these up, and then it turns out that these sell really well. I watched a customer pick up a load of these, so she got some of the really good stuff like the wolves, which probably would sell for a lot more, you know, and some really like gothic-y designs. So the DCM ones, which are the Tatty Teddy ones, they only sold for like £5, so I didn't pick. I decided to leave them for somebody else, and I've only picked these 5 up. So these Janelin ones, these seem to do quite well. which did surprise me. You know, in light of the fact that that one was originally 60, that really confused me. So I've picked up another 3 Janelin ones. I ended up looking up the designs just to see which ones would be unlikely to stick around for very long. So I've got this moon one here. What's it called? Moon. Don't know. Let me just... oh, this label is going to destroy everything. Moon Maiden. What have we got here? Mystical Dragon. And then that one, which I thought, oh God, who the hell wants to sit? Because I do cross stitch, and when you're sitting and you're doing a design which is just tedious, which I think that is, I just think, well, who on earth would want to sit and do very similar colours and nothing vibrant about it, and probably lots of like half stitches, which are a pain in the bottom. I know that one's got half stitches as well. You don't know what I'm talking about, but to get them tidy is a real skill. But anyway, that one apparently sells. That one sells quite well, so I picked that one up. There's a lot of like other very similar designs. Literally, that was on the Tuesday just gone, and then on the Wednesday they'd all sold out. And then I picked this one up, which again was like £40. I took that off so I could see what it was. So it's called Close to You. I don't know who Maya are as a firm. Like I said, I thought the DCM cotton would be much better. So this has got anchor stranded cotton. So these are the better ones. So you see, when you do cross stitch, so these threads, they're made up of 6 threads. So usually you take 2 out to do your cross stitch. And sometimes if you're like doing like French knots on it, you'll just use 1 strand. So the strands are made up of 6. If you get cheap cotton, when you're trying to unstrand it, it will all sort of like pull together and it'll be really hard. Even if you just cut off a length, it will be really hard to like pull out the 2 strands that you need, because it'll all sort of twist together. And then so people want to get the quality cottons like Anchor and DCM, so that you can actually pull them apart without that happening, because the quality is better. So there you go. But for some reason the DCM ones weren't selling very well. I think I can probably get around like 15 for them. So between 10 and 15 for them. Hence why I just got the 5, and then I just left the others for customers, because I don't want to be accused of somebody who's like lifting things and getting first dibs on things, which seems to be what people think happens because I work there. Duh. Anyway, so I'm going to photograph these bits today. Not necessarily them bits, because I've got a pile of bric-a-brac there which I'm still working through, because I just don't seem to be able to get on top of things, don't seem to get onto my Lego. Like I say, got family problems, so I just don't have time. So today I am just going to get this small amount of clothing photographed, because hopefully the light is going to remain okay and I can get those bits just photographed and ready for me to put on. Let's hope I don't have an adverse reaction to my flu jab. I know that I've waited to have this done. I just became really reluctant. Yeah, it's just it's a number of things. I just don't trust. I just don't trust what's happened with a lot of these things vaccination wise. But there you go. I've had a vaccination. I've had my flu jab. I need to get the immunity, don't I? Because I work in retail, and who even knows. There you go. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will be back again. Well, it's probably going to be another week gap, because I'm still doing overtime. I'm still doing a lot. So I hope to see you soon, and take care, I guess. Come here, guy. And this one wants me to get on to Lego. I have got a lot of Lego here. I have got sets like this, which are sat in a box here, which have come from Sarah Resells. So I need to get onto them. So that is why I need to stay on top of things. So thank you for watching, and I will be back again soon. So goodbye from me and goodbye from Ziggy. See you, man.